Well, we all know that exercise is good for you, but did you know just how good it is for you? It's not just good for us, it's also good for our children, and it can impact learning and brain health. Parenting expert Jackie Insinger from Insinger Insights is here to explain this morning. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
So tell us, how can exercise affect us in ways that we aren't really aware?
Right. We all know a lot of the benefits it has on our body, but the impact it has on our brain is really astonishing, especially on the developing brain. So it's important to really pay attention to all this research and capitalize on it to really help our kids and maximize their success in learning through exercise.
Okay, so what about, how does it boost our brain power?
Well, this is really fascinating. So there has been a growth factor identified in the brain that is released during exercise. So what happens is that it creates new cells and it creates new cellular connections, which helps learning, memory, decision making, attention span, focus, all these things we want for our kids and for ourselves as well. But it actually changes the structure of our brain, and that is really fascinating, and we need to use this.
And how can it affect mood and stress? I mean, I think as adults we all have realized this by now, but how does it affect our kids?
In the same way. So we should use this proactively, preemptively, and in the moment. So what happens is that exercise really regulates the part of our brain that tells us how we feel. So when we exercise, our mood goes up, and it can decrease stress, depression, anxiety, and even 5 minutes has been shown to help boost your mood. So this is something really to capture with our kids as well as ourselves.
And I know there's been a lot of research into how physical activity can actually affect academic performance.
Yes, this is crazy. There is tons of global studies from kids 4 to 18 years old that shows the kids who are in more physically fit have a tremendous academic advantage over kids who are not. So the more exercise these kids are able to have, the higher IQ score, the better tests on verbal and math skills, higher attention span and focus, and overall cognitive performance is greater. So this is something that we should keep in mind as maybe, we're having less recess and PE in school, to make sure kids get enough exercise to really maximize their brain capacity and build on that, as we've learned can happen through exercise.
I'm sure administrators will be watching that research. What about at home? How much exercise do our kids need every day? What should we be doing with them?
Well, making sure, especially with this inundation of screen time and all of the computers and technology we use, making sure that we realize just how important it is to get them outside, running around, playing, aerobic exercise, different kinds of movement, because they all have different impacts on the brain in different ways, and they're all beneficial. So just getting your kids out there, running around, moving, playing, has so much more effect than just on our bodies, just our mind and our mood, and it's really invaluable information that we have now.
Okay, our attention span as well. Huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We need some of that.
Thanks, Jackie. We appreciate it. If you want to read more about this subject, the power of exercise, you can read about it in the March issue of Colorado Parent Magazine. It is available now. Tom?